Our story begins on a perfectly ordinary day, which, as you know, is often when the most extraordinary things happen. A small chipmunk, whose name was Pip, sat perched on a mossy log. He was meticulously grooming his whiskers, a very important task for any respectable rodent. Suddenly, a single crimson leaf broke free from a high branch above him. It did not fall straight down. It danced, it twirled, zigging, zagging through the air in a silent ballet. Pip watched, his little head tilted, completely captivated by its unpredictable journey. The leaf finally spun one last time and landed gently, right on the tip of his nose.
Pip let out a tiny squeak of pure delight.
It felt like a special gift from the sky just for him. Feeling happy and a bit magical, Pip hopped off the log. His good mood, however, was about to face a test. A perfect round acorn, which he had been saving for a special occasion, suddenly started to roll. The acorn tumbled away, bouncing over roots and rocks. Pip's heart sank. He scurried after it, his little legs pumping as fast as they could. The acorn seemed to have a mind of its own, veering left, then right, before finally disappearing down a dark hole. One moment he was filled with joy, the next with disappointment. He sat down with a huff, his whiskers drooping. Pip was a chipmunk of many feelings, and they often came in a confusing jumble. He did not understand why things happened the way they did. Why did the leaf land so perfectly? Why did the acorn roll away so cruelly? Or was it something else entirely? Something bigger and much more mysterious that was pulling all the strings in his little world. Just as he was about to sigh, the biggest sigh a chipmunk could possibly manage, a tiny field mouse named Squeaky scurried over. She had been watching from behind a toadstool.
You look like you've lost your best nut and found a confusing leaf all at the same time.
It's all so strange.
Sometimes good things happen for no reason. Sometimes bad things happen for no reason.
Maybe, she said softly, it's not a secret or a trick. Maybe it's just randomness.
Pip blinked his big, dark eyes. The word sounded important and a little bit scary. He had never heard it before. Randomness? He repeated slowly, tasting the syllables. Is it a type of weather? Is it a grumpy badger who lives up the hill and moves things around just to be mean? He pictured a grumpy badger in his mind, chuckling as it pushed his acorn down the hole. Squeaky, the mouse, giggled, a sound like tiny bells. No, it's not a badger. Randomness is just a simple but very big idea. It means that sometimes we simply cannot know for sure what is going to happen next. Look, she said, I'm going to toss this into the air. Will it land with the smooth side up or the bumpy side up? She flipped it, and it spun before landing in the dirt. It was bumpy side up. I couldn't know that for sure before it landed, right? Both sides had a chance. That's randomness. It's not a plan. It's not a trick. It is the world being full of possibilities, where the outcome isn't decided ahead of time. It is the simple, beautiful, sometimes frustrating maybe that fills our days. This idea of chance is not new to us creatures, or even to people. Humans have been thinking about it for a very, very long time. Thousands of years ago, people played games using things they found in nature. Small, knobby bones from the ankles of sheep, called astragali, tossing them to show different sides, an early version of dice. They used shells and flattened pieces of metal, much like we flip a coin today. People quickly noticed that they could not control the outcome. Sometimes they won, sometimes they lost. Curiosity followed. They wondered about patterns hidden within uncertainty and began to ask questions. Is one side more likely? If I flip a coin 10 times, how many heads? Without the words, they were taking first steps toward the mathematics of chance. In ancient times, many didn't see randomness as we do. A bones landing or a cracks pattern wasn't chance. It was a message. They believed powerful, invisible forces, gods, spirits, or the hand of fate, decided the outcome. A roll could be judgment or a hint about the future. Soldiers cast lots. Priests rolled sacred objects to guide kings. This belief brought order to chaos. Failed harvests, sudden storms, fortunes won or lost on a throw. Centuries later, gamblers wanted an edge. They tracked results and saw that with many throws, each die face came up about the same. No single number had special power. Outcomes weren't ruled by moody deities, but by the physical nature of the die. This was the quiet birth of probability. Scholars began writing rules, counting outcomes, and calculating chances. With a fair die, there are 6 outcomes, so rolling a 4 is 1 in 6. With a fair coin, there are 2 outcomes, heads or tails, so heads is 1 in 2. These were not just tricks for winning games. They became tools for measuring and understanding uncertainty itself. Pip the Chipmunk scampered up a tall oak tree, Squeaky right behind him. From their high perch, they could see the whole forest below. Randomness isn't just in games with bones and stones, is it? It's everywhere. The forest breathed chance. A gust shook a maple, sending a shower of spinning seeds to the ground. They didn't land in a neat pile. Some found soft soil, others hit hard rock. A few were snatched by hungry birds. One lucky seed might land in the perfect spot and begin a long journey to a mighty maple. This scatter isn't a mistake. It's strategy. Random spread increases the odds that at least one survives. Weather is a grand display of randomness. Clouds swirl and morph, guided by tiny changes in temperature, wind, and pressure. Rain soaks one part of the forest while a nearby clearing stays dry. Even our best computers speak in chances, not certainties. Animals, too. A squirrel hesitates, darts, sniffs, and changes its mind. Reasons or not, its path seems random to us. Unpredictability can be survival. A rabbit zigs and zags, making it harder for a fox to guess its next move. In the great game of life and death, being random can be the smartest thing to be. Pip, feeling very philosophical, picked up a handful of pebbles and dropped them. Clink, clank, plink. They formed a jumble. But if everything is so random, how does anything make sense? Isn't it just messy chaos? Even within chaos, patterns emerge. Fields of daisies look like a white carpet from afar, yet each flower sits in a slightly different spot. Random seeds, predictable meadow. A single event is unpredictable, but many events shape a stable form. Law of large numbers. Over time, randomness can lead to stable outcomes. Our minds find patterns, sometimes where none exist. 5 heads in a row doesn't mean tails is due. The coin has no memory. The 6th flip is still 1 in 2. Streaks are just random clumps in a long chain. A player might make 10 shots in a row, the hot hand. Skill matters, but many streaks look like chance. Learning to tell real patterns from temporary illusions is a powerful skill. For chipmunks and people. The idea of randomness brought mixed feelings. It can be used for good. 2 hungry squirrels could flip a leaf to decide fairly, each with an equal chance. People used this power long ago, drawing lots to choose officials. And today in science, randomly assigning patients to medicine or placebo to avoid bias.
Unpredictability can be scary. A storm, lightning, a flood could undo hard work. Squeaky said, "We can't stop the storm, but we can prepare. Don't store nuts in one place, make several stashes."
We cannot eliminate randomness, but we can build robust systems, accept uncertainty, and still take smart actions to protect ourselves. As the sun dipped and shadows stretched, Pip felt calm. The world wasn't mean tricks or magical gifts, but a story of maybes and possibilities. He learned what randomness means, glimpsed its history, and saw it in seeds, weather, and survival. Next, we'll turn chance into numbers. Simple experiments with coins and dice. The beginning of probability. Get ready for part 2.